Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Before we get started, this video is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe to me on TradingView. I also post on Twitter quite often at AlphaCharts365. So find me there. And I post there pretty much every day also. All right, so real quick market overview. I use the Qs as my proxy for the market. And to me, this is a nice bullish breakout on Friday. All the moving averages are moving up. We're in a bull market. So let's look at what stocks I am looking at for potential great risk reward setups. Again, there's other great stocks out there. These are just the ones that I'm looking at with that are actionable, basically. And I have 21 for you today. We will move fast. So here we go. First one is going to be pins. All right, Pinterest. What I love about Pinterest is that it broke out of this really important level, moved higher, and look how tight this is right here. I love that this is just really tight, not much going on. We're also seeing a nice decrease in volume as this consolidates sideways. Pinterest looks great. Next up, Crowdstrike. Again, broke out, kind of came back, is creating this cup and handle looking pattern. Very tight also on decreasing volume. Looks great. PPD, recent IPO. This was an important area. Consolidated, moved higher, kind of pulled back a little bit, but still looks like the trend is much higher. Great volume coming in. You see the down days are much lower. PPD looks like it wants higher. It's adaptive biotech. This was the important area. It already started breaking out. You have to decide whether this is too extended for you or not. Maybe wait for a pullback. It may not pull back, but that's adaptive. Carrier. They make air conditioners. So it's a housing market play. We've talked about this one before. It did gap up and then move sideways. So this little consolidation. Again, it's in a great uptrend and I think still actionable. And a plan. So I could type correctly. There we go. And a plan. Again, this big area right here, it's trying to break out. You see the volume starting to dry up here. So I expect a move soon, a breakout here, and a plan looks great. Tenable. Again, important area. It did break out, and then it pulled back a little bit, right? So it's giving you that entry, that low risk entry right now. So Tenable looks good. Otis, playing the housing sector, they do elevators, I believe, service, repair, build, whatever. But this is the area that's important. If it gets above, 65.90, 66-ish, Otis looks pretty good. NTRA, kind of this. We were watching this pullback. It then did pull out with great volume. It then went ahead and consolidated on lower volume, and it looks like it wants to move higher. So Natera, Livongo, which we've talked about, it's still within this range. It hasn't really done much, and maybe because of the T-Doc thing, I don't know. But if this one interests you, it looks pretty good. Next up is cday, Ceridian. So we had the big move higher, long consolidation, not too much on the pullback, right? It's moving higher, volume's drying up. So I think the line in the sand is pretty clear here. If we're above, 83.50-ish, Ceridian looks pretty good. Moving averages are moving higher. Next up is SailPoint Technologies. So this was the big area, right? And it just kind of blasted through it, consolidated, gigantic volume coming in, and then a nice move sideways right into the moving averages. Like that is exactly what you want to see. So that SailPoint looks amazing. Next up is cvet. Move higher, consolidation, broke out, pull back, lower volume on this pullback. Again, great risk reward here if this one interests you. Z. So I got suckered into Z. I'm still holding this one. I bought it in here somewhere, and then it just kind of reversed on me. So, but I think the risk reward is better now than when I got into it. It's above the AVWAP, average volume weighted average price. From the IPO, moving averages are all moving higher. It's starting to align bullishly. I think this pullback, as long as it can stay, I would love to see it stay above this 42 level. That's really what I'm looking at. If it stays above 42 and takes a U-turn and breaks out, this one could go much higher. Next up will be Guardant Health. So I was in this one, and I did sell this one, but again, it broke out, moved higher. I bought it on the breakout. I did sell it. There was a secondary offering here, and what I like about this one is how it's just eating through those shares, no problem, right? So again, it didn't like go down 100, 100%. Didn't go down like 20% or 15%. It dropped 2.73 at the end of the day. Now, I wasn't playing around with this. I just chucked it because I didn't know that was going to happen. But look how it just rebounded immediately. Guardant Health looks really strong as long as it stays now above this area, right? 101. Stays above 101. I think Guardant Health is amazing. Looking chart. Next up, Nova. They do solar energy. Again, we have the breakout here, pullback, retest, and now we're trying to break out again. I like it. If you're into the solar play, this is one that looks like it could move higher. SE, everyone knows about SE, but it is consolidating. It broke out, and now I think poses a good risk reward entry if this one interests you. Docusign, again, everyone knows about Docusign, but really it's moved sideways since July. And now these moving averages are kind of bullishly aligned again. Looks like it may want higher. If it drops much, I'd be out pretty quick. But as of right now, looks pretty bullish. I think that what COVID brought us with all the digital things like digital signing of documents, that's not going away. That's just going to increase. And so Docusign has a lot of potential there. All right, Fiverr International. So this one did break out already and then kind of have this little consolidation and starting to move higher. So I do think this little consolidation here is a place where we can manage risk against. And so I do like Fiverr, and this volume profile is just sick. I mean, that just shows accumulation. I mean, the down days are just so much smaller. So this looks great. My last one is Unity Software, a very new IPO. So it's kind of went high, rebounded, and now it's trying to break out again. So I think the Livermore level, the 100-ish level, is the key here. A breakout above the level, and now we manage risk against that. So there you go. 21 actionable stock ideas going into this week. Again, market may be a little choppy this week. It may not be, I don't know. But it does look like we are in a strong bull market. So let's get the best stocks we can for the best risk reward. All right, guys, have a great week, and gals. Have a great week. Good luck trading.